Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is such a beautiful day out today. It's really windy, but it is hot. I'm just sitting in my garage getting ready to start my day. I'm gonna put on my sunscreen because I have burnt my legs once already this summer, or like start to summer, and then I burnt my back at the garage sale that we had yesterday. Jay will be joining me later. Right now he's in the house grading papers for driver's ed because he teaches that. If you guys are here watching right now, I just would like to say thank you, and I am so thankful for you guys here being a part of this space. It is so fun as a creator knowing that I have people in my corner that are interested in the same things that I am and just the way of life of how I live. So thank you guys, and let me finish putting on my sunscreen and then we'll get to doing some fun stuff. I'm all sunscreened up, ready to go outside. It is seriously one of the most windy days that it has been in a while, and I swear it only happens on days that I am getting the camera out. But the first thing I need to do is spray paint something. I think I probably should just move the car out of the garage and spray paint in the garage because it's just pointless spray painting outside right now. So I'm gonna do that first because I need to get these flowers planted. I've had these flowers in my garage. Well, they're usually outside. They're in the garage right now. And I'm pretty sure I let one of them completely die, which honestly is just a bummer because it's wasted money. But I have this eucalyptus that I'm still gonna try to plant. It's a little crispy, but if the roots are still alive, maybe there's hope. I have this vinca plant that I'm gonna plant as well, that I always do. My milk can, which is on my front porch. Spray painted it this blue, and I thought it was going to be a matte blue, and it turns out it was shiny, and I just don't love it. Every time I look at it, I just think, oh, just could be better. So I got some different spray paint. I got this like dark green color, sits right there, and I'm just gonna try spray painting a different color. And over here in our garage, it has just been a total catch-all. This is stuff from our garage sale. And then everything else that didn't sell is loaded up in my loaner car, and I'm gonna bring that to the Salvation Army this week when I go to town. Over here, I have 2 more tomato plants that I need to plant yet. I'm gonna do that here in a little bit once this gets drying. And then we have a ton of wood on the ground. This is stuff that we're using for our homemade tomato cages. Also doing that today. My essential oil shelf that I need to stain. And then I am making a 6-foot ruler for somebody. They ordered that for a baby shower gift. I moved down in my barn. So originally I was gonna do a lot of things outside, but now I'm doing as much as I can inside buildings because not only is it hot, but with the wind, working with dirt and straw and anything of that nature just blows right back into my face. It gets into my eyeballs. I had those 2 tomato plants that I needed to plant yet, which I already got one done, but I have another one that I need to do that's right here. One of the funnest things for me with gardening and learning more about homesteading and just being more self-sufficient is all the sources that I can learn from, like people, the internet, books. And one of the places that I have been getting a lot of my information from that I have been learning to do with gardening is Skillshare. First, I would like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this part of this video. So Skillshare is an online platform where thousands and thousands of classes are offered to people to learn. So the setup is just super nice and simple, and you can take any classes you want, and it is just a great resource for a learning opportunity. I was watching a series by a teacher named Ekta, and her class is called Indoor Gardening, and I was learning about how you could take a tomato and slice it and just plant the tomato, and tomatoes should grow from that. I never knew that, but it's just been really fun to learn all the different ways that you can do things, like with seed starting or planting outside. And it honestly reminded me of how I was going to do these tomato plants, because you don't have to have an in-ground garden to have a garden. You don't have to have anything fancy. Literally, I have this cloth bag that I got for free at the collision center that they are fixing my car at right now. The other 2 things that you need are from the Dollar Tree, so they're $1 each. It's just a little laundry basket, and then you also just need one of these little oil pans. With Skillshare, I've been able to research a lot, not only on gardening, but also on different lifestyle things. I've watched a different productivity classes and just learning about a healthier lifestyle, and those have been really fun. It gives you the opportunity to interact with other students that are part of the platform, and it's just a good resource to learn new things and to grow your knowledge. The first 1,000 people to use the link down in my description will get a free trial of the Skillshare Premium membership, and then after that it's only around $10 a month. The worst part about these potting mix bags is they're just so hard to handle on my own without spilling the dirt everywhere. I wish I could do this outside. And then I have this bag of eggshells that I have been saving, and I'm gonna take some of these and I'm gonna put them down here in the dirt. I'm gonna go ahead, take my tomato plant out, and I'm just gonna plant it super deep. Hi, kitty! Once the tomato plant is done being planted, just go ahead, put the bag in here. I'm gonna go ahead and just water it really well, mainly because they've been a little stressed. And then I have some straw over here in this little wagon, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put I'm gonna put straw on top of the dirt just to help keep some moisture in, and it will also help protect the plant from mud being splashed up on the leaves. I wanted to show you guys one thing while I'm down here. So the wind is blowing from the south to the north right now, and I just wanted to show you guys that green stalks, I've had questions if they do good in wind. I've never had an issue. It does not matter which way the wind blows, these things stay nice and strong and sturdy. So if that answers any questions. Down in my garden, if you have seen it, I've been using these garden mats, which are a weed barrier, and they're these mats that just have holes in them. And I wanted to try to come up with some tomato cage to put down there that I could put on the mat. And I think the metal ones would work fine with the setup of how the mats are, but I really like the look of the wooden tomato cages. So I went to Menards the other day and bought a bunch of wood to make these cages, which Jay and I have already made 2. So I got these 1x2x8. It's pine, and it was just a cheap option that I could use. And then I got these 2x2s. Don't know if we're gonna have enough to finish a whole one today, but we'll get as far as we can. And then I can show you a finished one down in the garden.
We're making the tomato cages because Summer wanted to make the tomato cages. So I came out, and the wood is really soft. Well, anyways, the screws start going in, but then sometimes they slip right out, and I got sliced open while making a cage. That's really all I wanted to tell you guys.
It's been an adventure making these tomato cages, but it's how you learn. So there's a lot of ways you can do wooden tomato cages, and you can make little individual ones to go over one plant. Mine, I chose to go over 3, and so I just made them to fit the mat. Yeah, so we're gonna get started on that.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe. Striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night, and when we are old and gray.
You guys, things are not going well. We are working on our tomato cages, and unfortunately I did not get enough wood because we ended up having to do these cross braces that I was not planning for. Well, anyway, we really need a new drill. We need a fancier drill. Boy, do I wish I had a DeWalt drill. And the attachments that hold the drill bit were missing ours. And so we needed to be able to use longer screws, and we couldn't because we didn't have this attachment to work for the screw we needed. So it wouldn't push through the wood. We're just gonna have to be done for now, but we're gonna go put the other new tomato cages they got in, and I'll show you what the tomato cages look like down in the garden, because they look really cool. These are what my tomato cages look like once they're done being made. There are 3 sections because I have 3 holes. Since they're kind of tall, I went ahead and put this baling twine here, which kind of got loose. I'm gonna have to redo it. But I put this baling twine here to kind of help hold some of the weight of the plants. And then we had to cross brace the back side as well as the two sides because it was kind of wobbly. And once the plants get big, it will be really good to hold those. And then these ones in front can also lean on it if needed. I'll probably just put the wire tomato cages here in front. Originally, my plan was to do 2 of these per mat, but then I realized it was going to be like with the setup of my garden, it was going to be really hard to reach the tomatoes in back. So at the thrift store, I found these tomato cages for $6 and they're collapsible, which is really nice. I have no idea where we got them, but we have these stakes that we're going to use to hook this onto.
Look at that. She's reading directions. Who'da thunk?
Oh my gosh, you got to do this. That was heavy. Garden is done for tonight. I put up all the cages that I have, so we're gonna make one more of these wooden ones. Originally, I didn't think that these metal ones were gonna work as well as they did, but they've worked out fantastically. So we already cut all the wood for the last wooden cage, so I can't return it. So we're gonna make one more to put on this mat right here. So I have tomatoes here, there, and then right here. And then the only other thing I need to do for the tomatoes this week is I want to put straw around the base of them. I need to spray them with neem oil because that's supposed to help with bugs. And then I need to fertilize them at some point. I just use fish fertilizer. So I have a big gallon of that I got from the store. And then it's just, you know, maintaining them, pruning them. And from there, it's just kind of maintenance stuff. I got one radish right here that is ready. And there it is. One thing that I wish I would have done is planted more radishes because we had one yesterday and we enjoyed it so much. But what I've been doing is as I've been pulling them, I've been planting a new seed. And if it just gets too warm, then they just won't come up. But for now, I'm just gonna keep planting them. I went ahead and got those flowers planted in my milk can. And I'm so glad I changed the color. I'm so much more happy with it. It looks beautiful. Spray paint can just fix anything. It's just a nice dark green. Pretty sure this eucalyptus is dead, and if it doesn't grow, I'll just pull it out. But then my vinca vine is in here, and then I'll just give it a good water tonight when I water all my zinnias. As you guys know, I love to take on projects, and I like trying new things. And one thing that I would like to encourage you guys by is don't get discouraged when you try new things and they go wrong or don't go well, because 9 out of 10 times when I try a new project here at my house, they usually do not go right the first time. I don't have the correct supplies, or something breaks, or it just doesn't go to like my vision. And it is really easy to want to be discouraged and think to myself, what is the point of doing this stuff? Then I just like have to step back and think, you know, I wanted to do this and like find my purpose and find my why. And Jay is always here to help like calm me down or reset me back into reality of things too, which is nice. So yeah, I encourage you guys just to have somebody that lifts you up and's like, no, even though this is going wrong, like you got this and we're gonna figure it out. Jay and I are gonna go on a run now. So this week I started a running program. I started it last year, but I had to quit. Well, I didn't have to quit, but I quit once the derecho hit and never started back up. So I'm restarting earlier in the summer. So I've already done 2 runs this week. It's the Couch to 5K app, and I did 3 runs a week. It's just good to get my body moving and to be out in the sun. It just does so much for me mentally, and yeah, it just feels good to be outside. So for my run, I ran about 1.93 miles. Well, not ran and walked. And Jay probably outdid me by a lot. He for sure did over 2 miles, but then you ran like, I don't know, 3?
Probably 2.5.
2.5? But my stomach was growling the entire time. We're having fried mushrooms and pork chops tonight.
Let's go.
And the trick to fried mushrooms is that you make them in pancake batter. So this is how you know it was a good day outside in dirt in the nature. When your feet look like this and they're so dirty, it's actually really satisfying to watch dirt come off your body in the shower. But anyway, we are gonna enjoy the rest of the evening with our food. I'm hoping maybe we'll sit outside at the picnic table, and then I don't know what we're gonna do. We already watched a movie today. Maybe we'll watch another one. But I will see you guys in the next one.